The INTJ personality is one of the rarest of the 16 Myers-Briggs types. As a result, it's easy for them to feel as if no one understands what they're going through. However, in the vast majority of cases, other INTJs have had startlingly similar experiences, and many of them share the same frustrations. This video will show you 5 annoying things that all INTJs can understand. Let's begin. Number 1. Being told to relax or cheer up when they are already in a good mood. INTJs spend a lot of their childhood being asked what's wrong, and a lot of their adult lives faking smiles so they don't get asked what's wrong. But here's a dirty little secret: there was nothing wrong in the first place. Even when they're feeling great, our faces appear to be unhappy. This can happen for a variety of reasons, including, they view emotions as private, and they generally contain their feelings, even positive ones. They don't see how acting super hyper chipper joyous can be useful. The things that give them the most pleasure are purpose-driven activities, such as research or design. Other people do not consider these to be fun. They are more likely to be fascinated than happy. As a result, INTJs often wear a serious expression that other people mistake for tension, worry, or distress. This manifests differently for men and women. As a young man, they were often asked if they were angry or told not to be so serious. It was fertile ground for people to jokingly pick on them. But INTJ women often get a reputation for being intimidating. For them, the serious facial expression and lack of hyper-happy chipperness is seen as unfeminine, cold, and aloof. Number 2. They say something totally obvious, and everyone was shocked. They imagine that conversation is like a really fun game of frisbee for other people, especially extroverts. You're good at throwing, you're good at catching, and even when you miss, you just get a good-natured laugh. Conversation is not like that for many INTJs. For them, it's like throwing a frisbee and hitting someone in the face, only to discover that you actually broke their nose. As an added bonus, if you break too many noses, people start to suspect you're doing it on purpose. This INTJ problem could be explained by one of 2 factors. 1. INTJs are adept at identifying the root cause of a problem, or the long-term consequences of a decision. As a result, they frequently identify issues that others are unaware of. 2. They mistakenly believe that everyone prefers their friends to be truthful. When these 2 factors combine, they may say something that sounds helpful to them but hits everyone else like an emotional cannonball. Examples of things they would say: I don't think you should marry her. He's cheating on you. The problem isn't your boss, the problem is that you're in the wrong career. Of course, INTJs aren't always right, and there's no special glory in bursting people's bubbles. But that's the thing, they don't do it for ego, or to prove a point, or to bring other people down. They often do it by accident, fully assuming that everyone else sees things the same way, until they notice the horrified looks they cause. Number 3. They mistook their friend's plan for a real one. Most get-togethers involve some planned activity. It can be as casual as game night, or it can be much more structured, like taking a stained glass class. What INTJs don't usually understand is that the activity is not important to most people, even though it's the official reason there was a get-together at all. As a teenager, they assumed that "do you want to go to the movies?" meant we would proceed directly to the cinema. They couldn't understand why nobody else cared that they were just sitting around someone's house, or that once they got underway, they might get away late on a totally different errand. It didn't make sense. But to most people, any gathering is primarily about socializing, not about getting something done. INTJs eventually figure this out, and they may even learn to fake it by pretending to be as laid back as everyone else in group outings. But this approach isn't natural to them, and really, it can stress them out. It feels like a lot of their time, and others, is being wasted. Number 4. They look terrible in every single photo. If you're an INTJ, get ready to not get a lot of sympathy from anyone else, because everyone thinks they look terrible in photos. The difference is most people actually look fine, whereas INTJs look like monsters assembled from spare body parts. You see, many of them have absolutely no instinct to smile a big, cheesy smile when the camera is turned on them, because they think it's okay to just feel happy without a big outward show of happiness. Sometimes their faces remain so flat and expressionless that it can look like they're trying to grimace. This flat face is so natural that it still surprises them when they're told to smile. They thought they already was smiling. But then it gets worse, because then they try to smile, which just makes them look like a hostage who was ordered to act happy for the camera. The reasons for INTJ's appearance are complicated. It's partly due to the fact that a genuine smile engages muscles around the eyes as well as the mouth. Only the mouth muscles are used to create a fake smile. On one level, INTJs may appear strange on camera because they are faking their smiles. The real mystery, however, is why other people do not appear strange. Shouldn't everyone's smile look fake if they're all just putting on a show for the camera? But it doesn't, because most people believe one of the following. They're enjoying the moment or squeezing in with their friends for the photo, so the smile is real, or they're putting on a smile not just by moving their face muscles, but by conjuring a warm thought or feeling that makes their smile genuine. It's that second trick that INTJs have to learn in order to become photogenic. And they definitely haven't learned it yet. Number 5. They know there's a better way, but no one believes them. For example, if some friends once invited you on a beach trip to go swimming. When they got there, however, the weather was much cooler than expected, Fahrenheit and breezy. Everyone was bummed because it was too cold to go swimming. But as the resident INTJ, they volunteered a little-known fact: right now the water is actually warmer than the air, which means it's going to feel amazing as soon as you go in. We should do it. Everyone booed. It didn't matter how you learned this information, or the fact that you were actually correct, your friends were all set to throw in the towel and sulk over to a restaurant. This is without a doubt the experience that unites all INTJs. They have information that could significantly improve a situation, they share it, and no one believes them. And there are no viable alternatives: either they argue like a jerk or they let their problem ruin someone else's day. It's something that most INTJs go through on a regular basis. Again, INTJs do not feel this way due to ego or the belief that they can never be wrong. They're frequently incorrect. But the majority of their time is spent learning new things. That pastime may have some drawbacks, such as having few friends or not knowing how to read social cues, but it also has the huge benefit of legitimately knowing better ways to do things. If only people would believe them. Of course, as an INTJ, there are ways to persuade others to accept their ideas. It's exhausting to have to go through the same process of persuading people all the time. As an INTJ, what are some of the experiences you find yourself having over and over? Have you experienced the ones I described in this video? And how do you deal with them when they come up? Let me know in the comments.